And if you go into the chat section, type in your contact details so people can get a hold of you. I've just posted something inside the chat. It shows you upcoming events, how to get a hold of me, and so forth. Same idea. That's what you want to do. Other important part, bottom right-hand corner of the chat box, you see those little three dots next to the smiley face. You click that, you hit save chat before you leave for the day, because if you don't, you won't have the chat. Now, if you run into that circumstance where you got booted out for whatever reason, come on back in. Or get a hold of me, and I will get you the chat, so you won't have a problem in that space. All right. And now the important part, the mute button. So if you have a background noise that's really entertaining, but not for a group, please go to mute. So screaming dogs, barking kids, tractors, whatever's going on in your background. Or you have a phone call coming in, go to mute, please. And that should kind of cover it all. Back over to you, Margaret Ann.
Okay, perfect. So thanks, Bernie. We also have our partner. So Bernie, I'm not sure, where'd Stefan go? Oh, he's still up there. Okay, sorry, I'm looking all over the screen. So Bernie Franco, Stefan Mitrell, and myself are the partners in Connect Ottawa. And what we do is we bring business people together to connect, communicate, collaborate. Who knows where it's going to go? This is one thing I know for sure, is if we don't get together and we don't ask and we're not there to support each other, then it's going to be lonely. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go around the room and we're going to do quick introductions. Like I said, I'll give you about 15 seconds just to say who you are, what you do. Put your information in the chat box, copy and paste so we can connect on LinkedIn, and of course that you can join our community. So how about Stefan? I'm going to start with our partner, Stefan. Who are you?
I'm Stefan John, aka Uncle Frenchie for my friends, and I'm a partner with Connect Ottawa. I'm taking Connect Ottawa to the next level with new technologies such as application, learning management center as well, so people can attend courses or deliver some. And I'm the co-founder of the Unified Remote Work, which is a online workspace with tools for remote workers or knowledge workers. So I'm here to help any entrepreneurs if they have any question, both on Connect Ottawa or a unified remote platform. I would be happy to help.
Thanks, Stefan. And how about we push up Wayne, Mr. Wayne Pratt? How about you?
I'm Wayne Pratt, and entrepreneurs hire me to have more money and make more fun. I got it backwards. Let's go with that.
I like that, actually. Okay, thanks, Wayne. Nice to see you. And how about Anna?
Hello, everyone. I'm Anna. I'm a management consultant. I partner with business owners to reduce complexity in growing their business.
Awesome. Nice to have you, Anna. How about Roy Campbell? Oh, sorry, what?
Where are you located, Anna?
I'm located in Scotland, sorry. I'm so international, I don't even think about where I am.
Nobody knows where they're from anymore. And how about Roy Campbell?
I'm Roy, and I'm a computer consultant specializing effectively in computer distress relief. And I do automations and data science. And I'm located in Southwestern Ontario.
Nice. Great to have you here. And Mayank.
Yes, buddy.
Hi, everyone. This is sorry about that. This is Mayank Sharma. I am the owner and certified health and wellness coach at MS Bodyworks. I train people, and that's it. We got 15 seconds. Nothing else.
I know. I bug people today. Hi, thanks, Mayank.
Just a quick tip. If you're on mute, if you press the space bar on your keyboard while you're lit up, it'll unmute you temporarily. So this is a quick side tip.
Okay. Thank you.
There you go. Angela.
Alt-A does the trick as well. I'm Angela, I'm from Hamilton, but the Scottish one, and I am a hypnotherapist, a transformational coach, and a kinesiologist. So whatever's going on in people's lives, come and talk to me and I can help them feel better.
Awesome. Thanks, Angela. And Maria.
Am I muted? No. Wow, I'm not muted today. Okay, anyways, I'm Maria, National Capital Region out in Canada, and really, you all have so much to teach me, so I just come to learn. I will put contact info in the chat box.
Thanks, Maria. I love it. Okay, Shani. You're on mute, Shani.
I was trying to push my bar to, and it didn't work. So I'm actually from Ottawa, Ontario as well, in Canada, and I'm a bringer of smiles where it relates to real estate. So I'm a real estate broker here in the capital.
Oh, cool. I love it. Bringer of smiles. We love that today. How about Lisa?
Well, I'm Lisa, as Margaret introduced me as, and I'm the owner of the Muse Talent Agency. We're principal talent agency across Canada. We have 4 offices now, so it's been quite busy. And we recently just booked HBO Station 11, which are actors from Ottawa. So, and I just recently published a book called Dum Dum Dum, which Margaret, Ann, and Bernie have helped me quite a bit to connect with people. So thank you guys for that.
Well, great to have you here. And I love watching all the stories and new actors coming about on your social media. It's really cool. You need to all connect with Lisa. She'll give you some fun in your life. And how about Alan Roberts? You are on, there we go.
Hello, I'm Alan Roberts. I'm an author, speaker, mindset coach, and I live in the centre of England, UK.
Okay, nice to have you here, Alan. Tanya.
I normally introduce myself as being from the unceded territory of the Algonquin and Anishinaabe peoples, which is Ottawa. My name is Tanya Hewitt from Beyond Safety Compliance to help organizations focus on their people side.
Perfect. Thank you, Tanya. And Sharon. You're on mute, Sharon.
I tried the space bar, it didn't work.
Okay.
I'm in Seattle, Washington area. I'm a behavioral scientist and a life coach. I help people write their essence statement so they have calm and peacefulness that comes from living from inside. And thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, Sharon. And Robert.
How are you? I am the marketing coordinator for Arameso Cafe and Bakery. I have 20 years of experience in hospitality industry as well as education in business administration, and I'm here to learn.
Great, glad to have you here. And Hisham, nice to see you.
Hello, my name is Hisham, so I'm a friend of Stefan.
Hello.
Hello. Software architect. I'm working in IT consulting in Paris, based in Paris. I'm living in Paris too. So I'm joining the group for smiling people. That's we am needing because I'm being a little bit unhappy with the situation over the world. So
okay.
I need more smiles for happiness.
This is the perfect place to come. Glad you're here.
Thank
and,
you.
I'm not sure, Romila, are you able to chat? Or Andre? Okay. I can't tell. I usually give them a second. I don't see them unmuting. So I think I've got everybody now. Have I? Oh, Bernie.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
So, my name is Bernie Fransgrove, Creative Insight Consultants, do B2B, actually people-to-people connections. And my link is in the chat. You can book a meeting with me if you so desire. And Margaret Ann, over to you.
Cool. Okay, thanks, Bernie. Okay, so I came up with this today. Are you ready for change? Become a trailblazer in 2022. Take your business to the next level with a little help from your friends in artificial intelligence, robotic process automation, and machine learning. I'm going to invite you to learn more about AI and our new Connect Ottawa membership collaboration with Unified. So I am sharing an article that we did, just a brief little article on AI, machine learning, and robotic process automation. And on that note, we did pretty good. It's 1:16. We're passing it over to Bernie, who's going to introduce our dynamic speaker. I can't wait. Go ahead, Bernie.
Well, folks, right out of Scotland, we have Scott Cuthbertson. And Scott is a full-time professional performer for a 20-year history. He's taken magic all over the UK and Europe. He does private corporate events, performing in front of rooms, castles, high-speed trains, paddle steamers on the Thames, apparently. Does fun, interactive, and above all, incredibly entertaining magic. So there's a bit of comedy attached to this. So we're going to have some smiles coming out of this. And I think that's what's going to happen. He delights in crafting effects which are individual to the client, from brand messages to trade shows and corporate events to personalized routines for weddings and engagements. So if you're going to get hitched, Scott can put some, give you that rabbit you can pull out of the hat, so to speak. He also does the work in the business world. He does work for corporations like BP, Shell, Microsoft, GlaxoSmithKline, Novartis, Pfizer, UEFA, BAA, De La Rue Currency, Hilton Hotels, and Glen Eagles. Wow. A lot of those words are tongue twisters, by the way. He's also a 2-time winner of the Scottish Conjurers Association Close-Up Magician of the Year, as well as the member of the Magic Circle and the Society of American Magicians. Scott, over to you, sir.
Wow, what an intro. I love your 15 seconds. I just was say, hello everyone, I'm Scott. I do card tricks and things. Awesome. And this is so nice. Thank you so much for the invite to come and do this. Thank you all for being here. I know it's a bit strange getting this magic guy from Scotland to come and talk business. Hey, Angela, how are you doing? It's been ages since seeing Angela. Anna, I'm sure we've met somewhere as well. I'm sure we've met some kind of networking thing, positive we have. But here's what I'd like to do. Because I'm here as a magician, right? And people say, go on, prove it. So I will. Do you want to spotlight me?
I just
okay.
Did.
Have you? Okay, because I'm not seeing that, but that's okay. It means I've got it in gallery view. Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Right. So I can see all of you. I'm just going to change my view a little bit because it's really, really important. I can see everybody. Okay, did that work? Am I still big?
Yeah, you're still in the middle. Is it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, perfect. Because I just want to change gallery so I can see everybody, because magic is very interactive. So today we will be joining in and doing some magic together. Yeah? Okay, look, here's the thing. We're doing it anyway, so just go for it. So what I'd love you to do, as long as you don't have a lot of background noise, is you can unmute so we can talk to each other today. So just hit the unmute button.
Everybody hit the unmute button. Don't be shy.
Everybody. Because remember, I can see you. This is the Wayne, nice to see you, sir. Okay, so what we're going to do, I thought what I'd do is I want to do something really cool. And what's important to this, it's a very, very old trick. It's not the first trick I ever learned. Every magician says that. It's the first trick I ever performed. I was 12 years old. Participation, remember? Okay. I was in my mother's front room. There were 15 grown-ups watching me, which is scary when you're 12. And I had to stand up and show them a card trick. And this is what I did. I was 12. My hands were small, the cards looked really big. Okay. So what I had to do is I did this. I showed them I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. I took a card and threw it away. And just by snapping my finger showed everybody I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards left. The audience was so stunned, they punched the air and yelled, "Amazing!
Amazing!
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 Did we not discuss this earlier? Like, okay, you know what? It was maybe me. I maybe didn't explain it properly. Okay, I'm sorry.
You're right.
There might be a language thing, an accent thing going on here, so I'll do it again. So you know what's going to happen. You can join in this time. It's not the first trick I ever learned. Every magician says that. It's the first trick I ever performed. I was 8 years old. A bit patronizing that time, but I'm going to let it go since I was in my mother's front room. There were 40 grown-ups watching me, some sitting in cushions and some dipping chips. And I'd show them this card trick where I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. I took 1, 2 cards and threw them away. And just by snapping my finger showed everybody I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards left. The audience touched the air and yelled, "Amazing!
Amazing!
Right, okay.
Amazing!
You and I say punch the air, right? Because I can see you remember. So like, we'll do it one more time because I want you to join in. You notice all the people that have switched their cameras off because they don't want to play, but that's okay. I'll get them later. It's fine. Okay, so do it one more time and everyone can join in. You know what? We wanted some energy and my friend needs a smile. Okay, right. So this is what we're going to do. So it's not the first trick I ever learned. Every magician says that. It's the first trick I ever performed. I was 4 years old.
Wow.
I was 4. My hands were small. The cards looked really big. Okay. I was in my mother's front room. There were 200 grown-ups watching me. Some sitting in chips and some dipping cushions.
Wow.
And I'd show a card trick where I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards and threw them away. And just by snapping my fingers showed everybody I still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards left. Wait for it, wait for it.
Amazing.
Wait for it. Oh, the audience were so stunned. They punched the air and yelled,
Amazing.
And you know what? They were right. How about that? Now, no, here's the thing. Don't clap, right? I'll tell you why. No, Wayne, thank you so much, but I'll tell you why. Because here's the thing. It was all a lie, right? I wasn't 12, 8, or 4. There weren't 200 people in my mum's front room. Imagine the parking. And it was such a lie that actually there weren't even any cards. And that was my imagination.
Okay, that's really amazing.
Okay.
That's really amazing. Now, I would like to have a suggestion. Can we do the same card trick, but with the following card? Visa, MasterCard, invoices. One invoice, one MasterCard, one Visa. You put it in a box and they're gone forever.
Stephen, why don't we do it with $50 bills?
Yeah.
Right, come on. How do you
Don't want
think?
them to disappear.
How do you think I've survived as a magician for years? Right, doing tricks. So, good afternoon, everybody, and evening to my friends from Scotland and the UK. Nice to see you. I'm Scott, and I will be your magician today. We do have a little theme for today, so don't worry. It's not just a magic show, but I promise we'll do a little bit more magic later on. I thought before, because that was an amazing introduction. Thank you, Bernie, for that. But I want to tell you a little bit more about me, okay, and just where I came from and why I'm doing now what I'm doing. Because obviously the last couple of years, things have happened and I've had to change my business. And I've added a couple of business streams to what I'm doing. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today, along the marketing side and how I got there. So I was really young when I got into magic. Seriously, you know, ignore that story, right? I was about 7 when I got into magic because I helped a magician on stage when we were on holiday. And, you know, the tricks started going wrong, but we waved a magic wand. And all of a sudden, everything worked out. And I thought, wow, it's real. So that's the thing. When you see me perform, it's real, okay? That's no argument. The magic's real. Okay, so I did that for ages, just getting books from the library, getting magic sets. Absolutely loved it. When I got to school, now here's the thing about me at school. I was really shy. I know, right? You're sitting down and go, oh, really? No, I was really painfully shy. I still am to an extent, right? I have this shyness and it's a thing. I deal with it. It's okay. And I can talk to you guys, so it's fine. And what that meant at school was, even though I had loads of friends, I didn't kind of like hanging out with them afterwards, especially with girls, because they scared me, right? I was so shy. I couldn't talk to girls. And here's the thing. There was a girl in my class, by the way. Wow. Long, dark hair, dark eyes, and a voice that just melts you. And I couldn't talk to her. I just couldn't talk to her at all. And it was just staring off across the room kind of thing. But then about 8 years later, she married me. So it all ended up really, really good, right? So it just shows you shy people can get there. so that was me. I learned magic, and the magic kept me happy. When I wasn't hanging about with people, I was just in my room learning magic tricks, and that kept me happy for ages. I loved it. When I left school, I didn't go on to school very well. Nothing to do with them. I just didn't get it. So I didn't do college, university. I went straight out into work and got into retail. Now, retail is really cool. I still use what I learned, because in retail you had targets, and there were monthly, weekly, daily targets. And that's still what I use today when running my businesses, because I know what I need to earn per month. So I set targets for getting there. So that's been a great learning experience. I was in retail for quite a long time, and then I got made redundant several times in a couple of years. You know, I guess it was just luck. It was just how it happened. And it was the end of the 90s. And I remember I went for an interview after I was made redundant to be assistant manager at a shoe shop, and they sucked the soul out of my body at that interview. Seriously, just, you know, they made it sound the dullest thing in the world to do. And I came back to my wife and said, you know what? I can't handle this interview thing, handle the work thing. I'd been doing magic on and off at events. And I said to her, I think I'm just going to do magic full time. And she said, okay. I expected more of a conversation. I have to be honest. Okay, but that was it. And that was 22 years ago. I've been doing it since, and like, pinch me. I can't believe I've done really cool stuff. You know, Bernie wrote out a load of things. I've done live TV, I've done recorded TV, done theatre tours, and it's just been an absolute blast. Okay. And then, you know, let's say the last couple of years, it wasn't so much fun, because I couldn't go out and do what I did, and I didn't realize how much I needed it. It's become so part of my psyche that if I can't come out and make people smile, I'm not doing anything. And I felt really bad, and I kind of went into a bad place. Now, let's do some more positive stuff though, because if you looked very closely at the description for this, it's like, you know, magical marketing and be more shark, right? This is what this is. So when I was going through this spell where I wasn't doing very good, I was on Zoom calls with people trying to cheer me up, make me feel better. It wasn't working. And one of my friends sent me this through the post. It's a Lego shark, right? And you see what you're doing now, smiling. I was like, ha, 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 ha. So are you ready for your shark motivation today? Okay, shark motivation. Know that sharks, the important thing about sharks is, right, very important, especially great whites, they can never stop moving forwards. Because if they stop moving forwards, water doesn't pass over their gills and they drown. So hashtag be more shark. Whatever gets thrown in your way, you have to move forward, and we have to keep moving forwards. So that's what I really wanted to do. I'm going to set him down because he's just awesome. People keep sending me sharks. Okay, so I now have a lot of sharks, but you know what? Sharks are cool. I sponsor a shark, right? No, I'm serious. I'm not making this up, right? I sponsor a shark. His name's Finn. Okay. He's a great hammerhead shark, right? And at the moment, he's off Florida because I've done it through an oceanographic institute. That's why my bracelet here is a little shark on it, and he has a tracker. I can go into Google Maps and see where Finn is. And at the moment, he's holidaying off Florida. Who can blame him, by the way? Okay. So we're gonna, don't worry, this story will shift forwards a little bit. It's all good. So when I realized that I was sitting there doing nothing, I had to find something to do. And don't worry, there are going to be a couple of takeaways from this for you. I hope you enjoy it. I hope some of it resonates. I had to do something. So what I remembered from before was there's an action coach in Glasgow, an action coach, big business coaching thing. And I sat down, I did a chat with him, and he started talking to me as a coach. He's not my actual coach, but he was just talking to me like that. And he said to me, Scott, before we get started, I need to know some things about you. I said, He said, who do you have in your team? Well, it's me. No. Maybe who do you have in your team? I went, it's me. He said, sorry, maybe I didn't phrase that properly. Who do you have in your team? Right? I went, well, it's me. He says, really? Do you not have a business bank manager? Do you not have a web designer? Do you not have someone doing social media? Do you not have, you have all these things, the printer, the graphic designer, they're your team. I went, huh. So I remembered that. And so after I got my shark and I decided like I have to do something, I've got to move on. I summoned my team onto a Zoom call. I invited them on and I said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to have drinks over Zoom. And the great thing about doing it over Zoom is it didn't cost me a penny. I didn't have to buy a single round all night. And being Scottish, that works for me. Yeah. Okay. So we sat having a chat. Now, here's one of the things that I want to take away. It changed things for me. And I said to them, look, guys, I need to do something. I can't sit here vegetating, binging on Netflix. Seriously, I can't do that anymore. I really want to, but I can't do it anymore. I have to do something. So I said, what do I do? Right? Because when you're in business, you know what you do. Hi, I'm Scott. I'm a professional magician. That's what I do. Turns out I'm more than that. Because after this conversation about what I do, and Bernie mentioned it earlier on, I'm not just doing magic, but I create magic based on the situation I'm going to be in. So, and I've been doing that just automatically. So if I'm working for a company, I drop in little bits from their own marketing is what I'm doing, okay? I keep it kind of on topic and themed because one of my biggest areas for business, and looking forward to come back because it's awesome, is trade shows or exhibitions or expos, whatever your preferred phrase for it is. And at a trade show, what I do is I work on the stand of my client, creating magic that talks about the product or service. And when people come up, I talk to them, we do some magic, they laugh because it's very important people laugh. And again, we talk about smiling. Margaret, and we talked about smiling earlier on. Here is the real thing about smiling. When you smile at someone and they smile back, they remember where they were when they smiled and they remember who they were smiling with. So when you're at a trade show exhibiting, there's going to be 3 or 4 of your direct competitors in that room at the same time with similar products at similar prices. How do you stand out? Make people smile is by far the easiest way. You don't need a magician to do that. Seriously, right? They did a survey of the best ways to get people onto your stand at a trade show. Number 1 was a robot. I totally agree. I stood for hours at one for a robot to draw my picture, right? It was terrible, but a robot drew my picture. Number 2, right? Number 2 in the list, magician.
Ah.
Right? So it works. It gets people in. It makes people remembered for what they do. So anyway, so going back to conversation, this is what I do for people. I create magic based on what they do. And somebody said, could you do videos? So instead of doing it at a trade show, could you create marketing videos for people to use on social media?
Good idea.
Yeah. How do you make videos? So I put, I tried, we did some bits and pieces, and then a friend said to me, Scott, I hear you're doing marketing videos. Am I? I didn't realize I was doing it yet. And he said, could you do one for me? Okay. So what I'd like to do, Bernie, is it okay if I share my screen?
Absolutely.
Be good for that, guys. Just give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to hit this. What I need to, I've been disabled. Can you make me a co-host?
Give me a second. I'll fix that for you.
So I'll give you a bit, while we're doing that, I'll give you a little bit of background.
You're good to go.
It's a utilities company, and they do a lot of stuff. Share sound, that's important. Okay. Here we go. And the toolbar has moved right over the play button. Okay, let's try it now. Have you heard the news? There's a company that can supply all your home essentials in one place and in one monthly bill. Have you heard the news? This company has received multiple awards each year from which magazine? and other professional bodies for over 10 years in a row. Have you heard the news? This company can give you free LED light bulbs to reduce your energy bills and get the shops you use to pay towards your bills. Have you heard the news? This company has award-winning UK-based customer service and simple, easily understood billing. Have you heard the news? This company has been in business for over 20 years, but doesn't need to advertise in TV, radio, or newspapers. These are the headlines. To get the full picture, call Neil at Team Up 4 right now. Cool. So there you go. So that was for a utilities company, and they, when I talked, what do you want me to talk about? They do gas, electric, broadband, home phones. I said, we've only got 60 seconds. He said, oh, we also do LED light bulbs. And I said, just give me the headlines. And it reminded me of a trick I did years ago when we had a touring show. And that was actually a routine that was set at a bus stop originally. And you know, when you've got a queue of people and somebody really annoying comes along and starts reading the paper over your shoulder. That was me. What I did was, they're reading the papers and I'm annoying them. So they end up ripping chunks of the newspaper and handing it to me. So I'm left alone at the bus stop, and the last beat of music, you end up with the newspaper. So here's what I wanted to show you about that is I filmed that on this, really 4K camera. There is no additional microphone. It's recorded directly onto the phone. Cool. And what I did was I just put a white screen behind me, and I sent that to a media company who put in all the graphics and the music and the bits to it. So all I did was that. So yeah. So first of all, what we need to find out when I was doing that with him, and this is one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, to find out what he wants to do. And then when I talk to clients just now, I need to find out what they do. And if you go to them and say, hey, what do you do? They'll say, I'm an accountant, or I'm a graphic designer, or something like that. Like, okay, boom. So you had to find out what the customer said they did. Okay, so it's what your customer says. The customer's not going to tell me you're an accountant. The customer's not going to say graphic designer. The customer will say, they keep me out of jail. The customer's going to say, they make me look good. Right? So what do you do? To find out, ask somebody to interview you. Don't tell them what to say. Just ask them, could you interview me about my work? It needs to be somebody that, you know, knows you a bit, because you've got to be comfortable with somebody there. We don't want somebody that knows every in and out. And what you do is all they do is write bullet points as you're talking, right? And then they circle the words you repeat a lot. Those words are where your passion is for your business. So you use those words to talk about your business. So now all of a sudden is, you know, I'm Scott, I'm a professional magician, becomes, hey, I'm Scott, I help businesses get a return of investments at trade shows. No hint of magic, nothing about that. It's just all about what the client's going to get, which is really, really important. The other way to do it is by, you know, when you have this, it's called a Technicolor introduction. Do you know a Technicolor introduction? Is where you use other people's words to describe you. I'll give you an example. There's somebody I know who does a lot of networking, and he's very uncomfortable doing networking. It's kind of like me, he's a bit shy. And he went into the event and he thought, I need to talk to somebody. And there was a little old lady at the coffee machine, was how he described her. And he wandered over and said, no, he's like 6 foot plus. He says, hello, I'm Charlie. What do you do? And she said, looking up, I'm a weightlifter. What's the conversation all about from that point? Was from her, right? Yeah. What do you mean? She was actually like a life coach, and she lifted the weight off her client's shoulders, kind of thing, which is a brilliant, but that's how she introduced herself. So use things like to introduce yourself, because people go, tell me more. I hate doing networking. I'll give you an example. I went to a networking event, obviously, a few years ago before we had Stockton, and I get cornered by somebody who's doing IT. Now, the IT guys aren't bad. Trust me, this guy, he told me all about Cat 4 cables and Cat 5 cables. I'm like, whoa, this is exciting. He eventually said, Scott, what do you do? And he went, me, thank you so much. And I said, I do magic. He looked at me and said, what's the magician doing at a business event? And walked away.
Really? Wow.
Seriously, right? Because there are people out there who are hunting your business. They're not really bothered. So what do is find a way to describe yourself so they can't walk away. And it makes them say, go, huh? Tell me about that. And it changes the conversation to you. Sorry, I've got notes written down here because I know that I tend to go off on tangents, by the way. It's just what I do. Oh. If you are at a trade show, like I say, find out those words that repeat. That's your passion. That's what you want to say at the trade show, because people buy people. People buy people who care about what they do. People who care about what they do at a trade show do not have loads of empty coffee cups on their booth. Just saying, right? People who care about their business at a trade show do not sit on a laptop behind the stand ignoring everybody all day. Because everybody's seen that, by the way. You go to a trade show event, people sitting on the laptops ignoring people walking past, and then they say, oh, quiet day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right? That trade show booth is your shop window. Now, even if you don't do trade shows, you still have a shop window wherever you go, which is how you are with people. And you know the basics in there. Just be nice, be friendly, ask them questions about themselves, right? So when I'm even working at a trade show, when people come up to stand, first thing I do is ask them about them. I'm not going to show magic right away. I'm going to ask them about them, because people have to talk about themselves. What they're actually doing, they're telling me all the information that I need so I can pass it on to the salespeople afterwards. But being a magician, people tell you anything. They'll also lend you jewelry. Right? So can I borrow that real expensive engagement ring? Yes, no problem at all. Right? People just do that because we're not threatening. We're not salespeople. You know, we're having fun. And I want to show you something. Goodness, I'm looking at the time. I told you I talk a lot. I love what I do. I want to show that this is one of the things that I use a lot when I'm doing trade shows. All right, hang on. Magicians have deep pockets. That's a thing. Oh, okay, there we go. Steady, calm down, calm down. Family show. Do you know what it is?
It's a nose.
A
Brilliant.
nose, clown
Brilliant.
nose.
Brilliant. That was well done, right? Because people don't get that very quick. It's a very special nose. I'm going to tuck it in here. Could everybody blow through your screen right here? Go on. Beautiful. Do you know what you've just done? You've just blown my nose.
On the computer. Blown your nose.
Oh, my nose.
Come on. Like, this is funny stuff, okay? But what you've really done is you split into two now.
Oh.
Let's start properly. Let's start properly, okay? Oh, hang on. I was just picking my nose. I'm letting my friend see if he's laughing or crying at the moment. Okay, I'm just
both.
Right. But here's what you do. If I grab that and this and do this, then what will happen is the one in here will completely disappear and we'll jump over here with his friend, just kind of like that. Okay. Now, right, though there's more, but what I want to first of all is, do you know what this trick actually represents when I'm working with people? Okay. This is about, it can be about time you save. So you don't waste time, you get it back. It can very simply be, it's been about money transferring to different places. So there's so many things you can use it for, you know. So you want to see it again, by the way, I'll do it really slowly. I'll count to 10. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So I've not done that much magic, so I thought I'd do something extra in there as well.
That's
good. So things like that, I mean, that's bits of bath sponge cut into circles, and I'm getting really good at it now, right? And this can tell such a massive story about a business, which is why I sit down with clients and tell them, I interview them about the business, write down the words they say a lot, and when I go back to see them the next time, I say, hey, I've had an idea for you, and basically repeat those important words, because that is their business. Here's something else I'm going to show you that I've been playing with a little bit. I'm not entirely sure what it's for at the moment, but I've got a kind of idea, and it just uses a couple of cards. Okay, now this one's just a card. This one has a little flap, so it closes not quite in half. So what happens is, if I put this one here, you know it's behind. If I put it there, you know it's in front. And if I put it there, you know it's in the middle. So far, so what? But, okay, so it's behind, it's in front, and it's in the middle. There you go. Now I have to hold this tight so don't drop it. So, oh yeah, by the way, it definitely is in the middle. Now, here's the thing, guys. In our businesses, we are going to come up against barriers that are going to stop us from doing what we want to do, which is moving our business forward. But a lot of these barriers aren't actually there. We put them there because what I did, I went into kind of panic mode when everything went away and it stopped me dead. Somebody sent me a Lego ship in the post, and that barrier is no longer, oh, by the way, it's definitely going through, right? The barrier went away and my business kept going. You know what? What was in my head stayed there. But because I got out with my friends, I pivoted around it. And so my business continued to go. Working virtually, working through the marketing videos that I do, desperately looking forward to trade shows coming back because I love those. They are very long days, really, really hard going. And can I just say the biggest tip I can give you for working a trade show? Comfy insoles in your shoes. If you take nothing else away from this today, comfy insoles in your shoes is what you're going to need. So that's like half an hour, which kind of flew through. I really hope you enjoyed it. I hope there was a couple of takeaways for you that you can look at for what you do. Obviously, if you want to connect up and have a chat, I'm really happy to do that. Just remember, I talk a lot. This is what I do. I love meeting people. I love chatting. Before we finish, because two's hard to follow. Okay, make sure you can see that. Okay. Here we go, my friends. I'm going to ask a question after this. I'm going to put one in my hand, two in my hand. This one goes back into my pocket. So if this was the real world, how many should be in my hand?
Two.
Could be two, but it's not the real world. It's the magic world. The third one always comes back. Okay, we'll do it again, right? I'll put one in my hand, two in my hand. This one goes back into my pocket. So how many should be in my hand?
4.
I don't know if you're following the theme earlier, but the third one always comes back. Like, tell you what, one more time, okay? One in my hand, two in my hand. This one back in my pocket. Finally, how many should be in my hand?
5.
3.
5.
Yeah.
5. Stefan, somebody said 5 last time. Unbelievable. I don't know how you got it. You have been awesome. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Scott, and I look forward to meeting you again.
Clap now. Thank you. Great job.
Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. So
Time
Scott,
flew there, Scott. Time flew, Scott. That's a good sign.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to remove the spotlight just so we can all see everybody. What did I do? No, gallery view. Let's do gallery. There we go. Then we can see everybody at the same time. Scott, thank you so much. That was so much fun. Thank you, Bernie, for finding him, because you know what? Today of all days, I needed some smile and magic in my life, and that was just amazing. You fulfilled that. So, any comments, feedback from our wonderful audience today?
Questions?
Oh, yeah, questions.
Good. Anything?
Look at this. Everybody's still trying to figure out where all those balls went.
No, we're not going down that rabbit hole. No.
Bernie, no sense of adventure.
Well, they've got a great sense of adventure, but we're recording this and we're broadcasting live on LinkedIn.
I was going to say it's a family show. Can we?
Yeah.
So I got a question. For
okay,
Stefan.
Do you have any website where we can log on and learn more about you?
Oh, but my website is scotlandsmagician.com.
.com.
You can find me there. The Facebook page is also Scotland's Magician, and that has a little bit more up to date on what I'm up to. My website's kind of being rebuilt at the moment, and they didn't do a very good job of the first draft. but it's been fixed. It's been sorted. One of the things I find is, like, I don't know how you guys go in your business, but there are many copycats out doing what we do, and there are people, and I keep having to change my branding because people copy it. So that's my website needs to be updated quite frequently, just because the copycats out there.
It kind of sounds good for a magician, though. Maybe that's good.
No, listen, if they want to take it, yeah, it's great. There's a really, do you know there's a really good website called Copyscape?
No.
Right? If you go to, in fact, you know, Google Copyscape, because I can't remember if it's a .com or a what it is, right? You go into that, you put your email address into it, and it searches online for copies of anything in your website. So if somebody's using your pictures, or if somebody's using your text, because I've also found people taking my testimonials from my site and editing them, right, to make it look like this. Oh yeah. There's people. So Copyscape is a really cool one for checking your.
Copyscape, is that SCAP as in Pat?
Scape, SCAPE. Yeah.
Okay.
.com. It is a .com.
Is it a .com? There you go. So come check that out.
Well, that's interesting when you say that, because it was just I read a couple articles on all these military guys that you get connections from, and how they are really spamming them, like they've got 700 fake profiles and all this stuff. So that's kind of cool. You know what, Scott, I just really like smile, make people smile, words that repeat. That's interesting. So it's all about mirroring, eh?
Yep.
So being a really good listener.
Absolutely. It's about whenever people talk, write down things constantly. Don't wait for something that you think sounds interesting, because then you don't see the patterns in what they're saying. So whenever I'm into it, so, you know, if I'm talking to you about your business, I'll just say, I take an A4 page and it'll be filled with words. Sometimes words go diagonally, sometimes I underlined or starred things, you know, because I think that's where it's kind of going. But definitely, you just repeat those back to client and they go, oh, he's right in our wavelength. And the other thing in there as well is a lot of businesses have core values. Okay, they have their 5-7 core values, the pillars to their business. If you have core values as well, then you go to their level. You know, so have core values. And, you know, I think the first core value basically for everybody is family. Because what do we do this for? Right? So mine are family, fun, because, you know, it's what I have to do. Adventure, right? Because I like going places and doing gigs. I love going places. At the moment, there's an opportunity in Singapore in November. So you know what? That's hashtag get Scott Singapore, as well as Be More Shark. Okay. Lifelong learning is a core value, because you never stop learning. You always learn new things all the time, whether it's about magic or business. I read a lot of business books to try and stay on top of it all. Creativity is a big one, because creativity in everybody's business is important. You know, don't just take other people's stuff, invent, go to professionals like graphic designers, people, they will tell you what your image should be, and listen to them. It's an investment, but totally worth it. I mean, this thing here has just been, I absolutely love it, you know, because I do have a rabbit. Her name's Shadow. And so if you go on the website, you can read Shadow's blog, because the rabbit writes a blog. I don't come out of it very well. I'm just her driver. Okay, because she's a star of the show. She's a total diva, by the way. So Shadow's sitting through there just now. So yeah. And so sorry, I know, listen, I know. I just get excited about what I do and talk about. Any other questions?
Yeah, another one.
I love you, my fan club.
Yeah, I'm going to build one. Have you ever thought about, you know, teaching that magic marketing thing online?
To be honest, no. I'm just kind of getting my head around that. I'm actually doing it for money at the moment. I'm trying to get into marketing companies and media companies, visual media companies, to say to them, look, this is what I can do, you know, to help. And, you know, teaching magicians, because the thing about magicians is they'll want to make it different for the hell of it. And some things are just keep it simple. You know, keep it simple. So give an example. I don't have the video lined up, but it's probably out there. If you look up if you search me in Facebook, you'll probably find it. I did a video for a business coach. And this is, again, the thinking that goes behind what I do. And I've got a paper ball that starts folded. And I was saying, you know, as a business person, as an entrepreneur, we have ideas. They start in paper and they look good in paper. And then what we do is we breathe life into them. And you blow the ball up. But the thing is, once you've got your business here the way you want it, how many businesses fail in the first year? So how do you avoid that? You speak to Michael at MC Squared Marketing. He will help you guide. And then I take my hands away and set your business free, and the ball stays floating in midair right in front of me. And you can do all this stuff as well. That's just showing off. I like that. You know, so, and it's these things that I spoke to Michael, and that was, he said, is about setting yourself free from the day-to-day stuff you see other people struggling from. You know, and that was his big thing, was set yourself free, was his whole thing. So I don't remember how I got onto that, but I know.
That's okay, Scott. Okay, thank you very much. You know what? We are going to have to wrap up, just letting you know we're at 1:57. So I really appreciate you. You were great. I think you brought smiles to a lot of people's face, performing your magic. It was a great release, especially with everything that's happening in the world today. Thursdays, guys, I did put a link in the chat. It's our VIP call this week. Actually, we're talking about tracking your marketing trends. So if Thursdays calls, for those that haven't attended, we're actually taking you through an entrepreneurial journey throughout the year. Stefan, we are ready to almost launch our first course, official online, from the learning management system that Stefan's my teacher. So I'm learning. All I know is that you just have to do. That's what I do. I just do. So we're going to be excited to share that. And Bernie, what's coming up next week? Who have we got speaking?
So Thursday we have, well, first off, you'll see in the chat, if you're not a member of Connect Ottawa, feel free to connect in. There's a link for that. There's the Thursday link. If you're not a core VIP member, it's $10 a pop. Otherwise, it's $20 a month for all these events. Next Tuesday, we have 4 Steps to Becoming a TEDx Speaker by Roger Killen. He actually helps people walk them through that whole process. So that's next Tuesday. The other things you have to know is save the chat. All right, that's something to do right now. That way you capture all the information. The other piece is 5 minutes after the hour, a survey will be going out to all those that have attended. And it's, tell us how we did. Over to you, Margaret.
Okay, well, great. Thanks again, Scott. It was a pleasure to meet you. You definitely put a smile on my face. I'm going to be smiling all afternoon now. And thank you for everybody for joining us today. We hope to see you again coming up. We always love to hear your comments and stuff. So this is actually been recorded live on our page, Connect Ottawa on LinkedIn. You can connect with us. And we'd love if you leave your comments and chats and everything in there today. That would be awesome. Wayne, were you going to say something? You were just clapping again. You were just clapping again. See, he's good. Yeah. And it's 2:00. So thanks everybody for joining us today. Have a great afternoon. Thank you, Scott.
Thank you, guys. Love
Bye.
you. Take care.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone, for coming here.
Great job, Scott.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Awesome.
Stay safe. Thank you, Scott.